especially against Optic. This guy's shotgun is amazing. I was surprised how many 1v1s he actually won against, the mainstay names like Optic Explosive, Mental, all these top players. He was really taken to them, and it was the same case in the final match yesterday. He performed so well. In fact, all of these players individually and as a team, rotations, the crossfire, the comms are evidently very good. I can't wait to see these in action.
Team Revenge definitely going to be hype, that's for sure. But here's a look at NRG. Talking about energy for me, Franco, the big player that stands out for me. I love just how loud he gets. A couple people call him, like, in comparison to the Hulk, essentially. He's a very loud guy. I was a little scared yesterday. He was playing on the side station when I was casting the main stage game, and I was a little worried for my well-being, let's just say that way. He can be very loud, very vocal, but I feel like this energy squad feeds off that emotion from Franco.
Yeah, very passionate team, lots of highs, lots of lows, and when those highs are, at the highest point, they get extremely loud, extremely motivated, momentum carries them forward, and which it really adds up to this point, right? Revenge and NRG, very vocal, very passionate, momentum-driven. We could see, as I said, a lot of highs and lows, not only for NRG, but also Revenge.
Well, our first game on main stage for Championship Sunday about to get underway. So we have our map list in front of us. Anything interesting jump out to you immediately here? We're going to get reclaimed for map number 1. Anything clear to you? Any surprising pick of ban here or no?
Yeah, no. I'm surprised actually. Reclaimed Foundation, 2 of the mainstay maps, so those picks, and final map will actually be Forge if we need it. Something tells me we will.
Okay, so maybe cheeky little bit of map 3 action for a first day on Championship Sunday. I'm definitely not opposed to that. But game number 1 here on Championship Sunday is now officially underway. Energy versus Revenge. Let's go straight into the action. A look at the minimap, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty basic start for both our two teams.
Yeah, pretty basic indeed. 4 up top for both sides. Different routes too there, but it's going to be the same result regardless. And we're going straight in, actually, both teams. Not slowing down as we saw with Envious yesterday in much of the pushes. Instead, they're all going to go in for the shotgun miles. Excel's getting the first kill on the board for this game. KO shortly following with a kill on Yoga. A very good start for NRG.
And I can tell you right now, it's already getting pretty loud here by the main stage. Both teams being extremely vocal. And we could actually have a trip cap straight off the bat. A beautiful rotation over towards A, and that's going to be game.
Wow.
Unbelievable start coming in from Energy. And as you expect, Franco gets loud. And the thing to note is, after they secured B, they were so quick to react, immediately sending players over towards that A point. They cap it, and that was a very fast first round.
Truly impressive, Benson. I couldn't pick anything for a negative there from that team. They won the shotgun battles. The rotation was perfect. The teamwork was there. It looked like they were playing against bots for a second then. It was so convincing.
Now, in terms of weapon placement, we're seeing the hammer burst. I don't really recall seeing it too much yesterday. Is that a surprising pick from Team Revenge here, or do you think that could be a helpful weapon?
I think it'll be helpful, more so than not. I think you can use that hammer burst down bottom to not only help protect that hill, that spawn hill, but also put some very much needed shots up top on the B hill. So interesting to see how these two teams utilize that, how many shots will be put down, how much influence they have on the shotgun bars, because clearly that has been a very important thing thus far. We've got Sycamore going in for the kill, getting a revive, in fact, on Sleepy Time, and it's going to be Giraffe following with a death, in fact, and NRG once again get a very good start on this hill.
And they make it look so simple the way they control B, just sending numbers. You saw at the beginning on that minimap, just dedicating a couple more over towards B, making sure they lock it down. They now have control, of course, of A and B. And last time we saw a very quick trip cap come from them. We may actually see it again if they're able to win a couple of these kills here. Of course, Yoga trying to push in for Team Revenge. This B flag is just going to be so heavily contested, and Sleeping Time may have got a little bit overzealous. He's going to go for the push. He's going to have 2 players directly in front of him. He was able to shut down 1. Unfortunately, though, Jerpy was there for the trade. Not sure necessarily whether I agree with that push. It was very aggressive, but luckily he did have his teammates there to trade.
Yeah, NRG just coming up with the win in the end of that confrontation. We're actually jumping on board with Giraffe, who's sitting back down bottom now. He's realized his team's lost up top. Reset, regain your numbers, and of course, every round matters. You cannot give another triple cap opportunity because you know NRG will take advantage.
And they're a perfect example. You can see those arrows on that minimap just being very, very patient, waiting for all of the red arrows from Team Revenge to come off spawn, as you were mentioning, Toby. And now we're seeing a push from Giraffe, trying to get over towards A, but really didn't have the support. Franco and Twisted are going to say thank you very much. An easy pick by their standards over to Gwish now, who's potentially looking at trying to make a play over towards B, but pretty outnumbered. You can see it's basically a 2 versus 3, and Gwish is going to have to wait this one out. There really isn't much he can do. Puts down some crossfire, and that's going to help out Kraz massively, as now he makes his aggressive push over towards A, looking to go to a 2-to-1 point advantage for Revenge.
Yeah, that's right, KO's got that Hambus we were talking about. Look at that damage. Wow, high output, which just shuts down Kraz before he even knows he's getting hammer burst, it seems. But here we go, switching cameras to up top. We got Gwish on our screen. He's regrouped with Tian. They still maintain this push, Benson. They lose down bottom, but they're going to win up top and even out the numbers, so they're not trapped in their spawn any longer.
And that's going to be so important. The push comes in from Gwish. Ko hasn't seen it. Ko may actually turn around and absolutely just destroy Gwish. How is Ko still alive? This is classic Ko! Just absolutely destroys Gwish. He had a couple of free shots. You cannot afford to give that away. Ko, you know Franco's going to just absolutely just use that energy. He just turned and burned. He's going to get so loud and so vocal, and that's going to help his team massively.
That is Gears 101, Benson. You have to keep your distance when you have the damage advantage in a shotgun battle. He did not do that. He closed in the gap. And of course, very good kill in the end.
Of course, looking at that score, it's 185 to 150 game. Of course, in favor of NRG, they still have 2-to-1, but unfortunately that A point will be taken away from them. Kraz desperately trying to make some plays, but unfortunately it will not. Both Yoggett and Excels are down, and it's just going to be a battle of who can tap A the quickest at this point. Who's going to get up first? This could almost decide the game. Nice movement coming in from Yoggett, but he isn't going to be able to win it. Has to stay on the point though, because look, 2-0-2. The score is climbing, and unfortunately for Yoggett, Excels will win that one, and the game, or the round I should say, will be going to end.
Yeah, such a good try for Team Revenge, but NRG just have the advantage at this point. And listen to the screams. I watched the past broadcast back yesterday, Benson. I know how loud they are on the stream.
Stream can definitely pick up the "you sucks" coming from Franco. And obviously these guys are wearing soundproof headsets, but Franco's very loud.
Very loud.
I imagine a couple
of the loudest.
A couple of the "you sucks" may sneak through. Quick look at that weapon placement. Nothing too crazy. Probably the shot grenades that were placed there. As a look at that Revenge squad. Currently 2-0 down to NRG in the first map here on Championship Sunday. We're jumping straight back into the action. It looks like once again we're seeing that traditional push. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, very predictable shot grenade placement, just like the Hambus. They want to try and influence that battle up top. We've seen it time and time again in that department. We've got Sycamore now on our screen. It looks like they're going to be taking it a little bit slower this time, NRG, trying to mix things up, keep the enemy team guessing rather than just a gung-ho shotgun battle. But here we go, I say that maybe a little too soon. Sycamore's looking for the kill now. He's got Sleepy Time to his left. That's a very good flank actually from NRG, but Giraffe answers back with his own as he comes to behind, but he's going to get taken out straight away. And a very good start once again from NRG, who are even at the A-hill already, Benson.
Yeah, this could be a trip cap very, very quickly. They're actually going to lose C, though. That's unfortunate for them, but they do have a lot of map control. Could potentially manage to close this one out very, very quickly here. We'll see if the pressure is going to be applied back over towards C. You can see a couple of plays actually flying over there. They're going to give up A, though. Excel's more than happy to say, hey, don't have the numbers right now. I'm not going to win a 1v3. Being a very, very intelligent play, but he needs to win this 1v1, though, to keep the pressure up. He's able to pick up the meat shield now with some crossfire, not able to shut down Jerpy. Interesting use of shot grenades as well at the very, very beginning of the map. Definitely a big factor to why NRG were able to get control of that beat.
Yeah, both teams changed it up as soon as that shot grenade was placed down. We've actually got another battle gun up top as Giraffe going straight in for the kill. He does get KO, but he will get revived immediately. Taken out following that. There's going to be Sleepy Time still with the edge up top. But look at this C-hill, Benson. There's been a lot of contention there still. Players are all very much scattered. No one's trapped in their spawn, essentially. Even though NRG have the advantage in kills, it is still Team Revenge that are keeping them stretched across the map.
TR is putting so much pressure over on that C point, and it's basically been Sleepy Time by himself at B, who's locked it down for NRG finally on the 4th attempt, which is going to be able to break into B and should be able to get some control. Now they can continue to apply that pressure on C. They will get that trip cap, and they'll get their first round here on Championship Sunday.
Of course, despite this manic formation and positioning from both teams, the score is pretty much even. But KO comes flying into Kraz, catches him out. He doesn't even have Nasher out of time. He was just stuck with the hammer bit, bringing it to a shotgun fight. But here we go. The kills are going in the favor of NRG. Sycamore's down. KO's looking to help his team out, but Yoggett taking advantage of what's going on right in front of him. And that's going to be a 2v1 essentially as his team helps out. Oh, Sleepy Time's coming into the fight as well. They're committing a lot of people to this push, and that might cost them 4 down at this point, Benson, but Excel's holding out at this B hill.
And I love this. He's just applying pressure on B. He's forcing, absolutely just forcing Team Revenge to respect B. They have to track back now and try and shut down Excel's. And Excel's, as I said, just trying to do his best. It's going to be a 1v2. You really don't expect him to win this. If he's able to shut down one, that's going to be useful, but unfortunately not going to be able to do so. Kranz comes in, he cleans up Excel's, and now you expect the B point once again to fall to Team Revenge.
Look at the respawns just keep coming up and up to B. The spawn waves helping out teams more so on one side than another at that point, but here we go. Guish is actually going to run to C at this point, look for a cap there and try and change things up. Twisted is stuck in the middle, rock and a hard place between the two hills.
And bear in mind the score at this point as well, 170 to 165. If Team Revenge can hold this 2-1 advantage, they will ultimately win this game. A point is going to be taken back by Team Revenge, and that's something that Team Revenge has done so well this game. The pressure they've continuously applied to C has been so immense. It forces energy to continuously track back and respect those pushes from Team Revenge.
That's right, we still have that B hill, that map control area, the height advantage it provides, and the cross angles.
They can't afford to lose this.
Fixed on this, but like you said, 200, 190, the shotgun battle's coming in. It's Yoga and Jippy who win that one. Sleepy Time and Twisted, the other side of the map, are going to be winning that though, and here comes KO with the star play. He's got one kill. Can he get the second?
Oh, he didn't have the time.
No.
Time was ticking. He had around about a second. He needed to try and jump on that B point to try and get the neutralized, but unfortunately it's not going to come through, and Team Revenge now will win their first round here on Championship Sunday, but that was a close one.
Very good effort as well by KO, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
He moved at the same time. It was very well played. I have to give it to him, but
weapon placement. Do you go for the sniper? Looks like they're going to go for the block.
Well, that makes sense, right? Because NRG have been winning this battle most of the time. So,
but does it though? If you're winning the fights, then why not?
That's true.
Why not reward yourself with something powerful?
Yes.
Like drop a boom down. If you're guaranteed to keep winning those B fights, I would give yourself an even further advantage.
But, I mean, on the reverse, having no weapon there, they just want to keep them the same. They don't want to change anything, right?
Definitely.
Team Revenge, who have proven themselves a very flexible team already, going for the away hills and their home hills respectively, that they can play a very flexible game. So they want to keep it fixed. NRG's comfort zone. Shot grenades may be just enough, actually.
Giraffe just said, I don't care about your shot grenades, bro. I'm running straight through to B as the help of Guish. Guish getting a nice chunk there onto Sycamore. Sycamore's going to have to respect the damage. They're going to give up B immediately, but now you may see that push. Giraffe getting over Zealous. He's going to push out, gets one down, but unfortunately he's immediately res. He has Jerpy in assistance, but I don't think Jerpy's going to get there. Giraffe does fall to Sleepy Time, and you have Sycamore putting down a lot of DPS. Franco's going to pick up one. Excel's is going to pick up one. That's going to be 3 players from Team Revenge down, and immediately Energy spring into action, putting pressure onto C. It's going to be players off spawn from Team Revenge trying to shut down Franco, but Franco's so quick, jumps straight through. A big 1v1 on the point. He has assistance from his teammates. This should be the trip cap. Surely 4 seconds left. He needs to win the 1v1, but no. Fantastic move, and they get another couple of players down. Unbelievable break from Energy, and that is how you have to play this game mode. As soon as you get the advantage, you spring upon it. You have to take advantage and go for the kill.
And this is why there are so many triple caps at the start of rounds. Every player is organized in a predictable formation, not running around the map off a different spawn time of another player. The opener, when you go 4 heavy, or 5 even in one case with the flanks included, you have to commit. And when you commit, Benson, you can give up a triple cap very easily when you get taken out.
Absolutely. Of course, Team Revenge now on weapon placement. We'll see, they look as if they're focusing kind of down towards Workshop more so. No, they're going to drop it. Frag grenades mid-map. Okay. Traditionally, you look at this map so far, you've had basically a 1v1 mid-map, and that player is, headed further up towards that B point. We'll see if those frag grenades are going to be a massive effect, though.
I think frag grenades are very close to up top. You can throw those nades immediately at the B hill, off the bat, and we know how powerful these are, especially on Gears 4, more similar to perhaps Gears 3 nades. Very powerful indeed. I want to see if these play any effect. Of course, shot grenades being thrown in once again. Smoke screens, very predictable thus far. Neither team has pushed in just yet, but I say that NRG is going in, charging after Giraffe, who's actually been down XLs. I have to give him a shout out. He keeps getting down through this railing, something we haven't mentioned just yet, Benson, which might be the balance tilted in their favor for the previous rounds, but here we are on the reverse. Team Revenge, the more proactive team. They're pushing in, they get the kills. Oh, rolling.
They have to lay down. This is exactly what we saw last round from Energy. Now you're going to see Team Revenge spring into action, and it's almost deja vu right now, Toby.
Exactly. Swarm domination denied for a second, but that's too late. We got Sycamore, we got KO both running, but the body blocks come in. Yoga lining up his shot around the corner. and sets up the kill. This is back and forth, Benson.
That was absolute deja vu.
Yeah.
It really was. We just saw Team Revenge do exactly what NRG did in the round before. You get control of B, of course, with the respawn delay being so high in these later rounds, it's so much easier to apply the pressure onto C, and they springing into action. That, to me, honestly, is a sign of a fantastic Gears of War 4 team right now.
I agree 100%. And as the weapons are placed down, we have a bit more saturation in terms of the power weapon locations, and you see there the barn location being utilized. And there's actually a snipe down there, which admittedly on respawn modes, people have argued is not as effective as previously. Of course, that's a secondary weapon. It's in the same area of weapons as Hamburst and Boltok, but the Hamburst has been chosen a lot more, Benson, which really indicates why the sniper might not be as good as it used to be. We'll have to see if that plays an effect here.
Yesterday, we saw E United demo. He actually went for the sniper rifle in the exact same position, and it really wasn't very useful for him. He was only able to pick up maybe 1, maximum 2 kills with it in his hand, so it does beg the question, maybe are they using it as a little bit of a bait, saying, hey, we're going to put this nice juicy sniper rifle down here, you should send a couple of players down while we go get up top control. For now, though, it doesn't seem like it's worked too much as Team Revenge able to get control of B, and also a couple of picks in their favor. Nice trading coming from Jeb. He has to try and stay alive, win this against Franco. He's going to do it. That's 2 for him. Nicely played, and once again, we could see the domination come in. It's going to be Twisted desperately trying to fight Krez. Krez needs to try and get this win, and he's going to be able to do so. Nicely done, and domination will come in as well.
Very, very well played. JP, I mentioned him before the game, just got a crucial 2-piece there. If he didn't get that, Benson, the round would have been a lot more different.
Sure.
But yeah.
So now we head over to halftime, and you're looking at it, and it's just unbelievably close. 3-3. I mean, you couldn't split these two teams, and what's interesting is they're both doing very similar strategies.
Exactly.
As soon as they get that advantage in the later rounds, both teams are doing exactly the same thing. And to me, it's going to come down to who's willing to maybe risk it for the biscuit. Who's going to do something a little bit different.
I agree with that statement, Benson. And with the halftime, we pretty much got, as you said, we got the idea of what both teams are doing. Very similar strategies, but how will this halftime change things? The map control has changed. Of course, up top, it's now down bottom, the middle hill. Very confined area, but fairly easy to defend at times. MBS was doing that really well, but let's get straight into the action because Sleepy Time opens things up with a double kill to his name. And it looks like the E-Hill could be going way of energy if XL stays alive. He doesn't do that. JP wins the 1v. Perhaps he should have waited a little bit, XLs, and wait for Sleepy Time to come up behind. And there, here we go, Benson. A 2v1 essentially coming up here.
Oh, Sleepy Time, I think he maybe thought he was going to pick that up, and he is going to fall. Yogurt with the flank. He's able to put down Sycamore and Sleepy Time. And Sleepy Time was left between a rock and a hard place. He recognized he had to go for the push, go for the kill, but unfortunately the flank did come through. Giraffe's going to clean up Franco as well, and just like that, what should have been an easy E point for energy could be turned around here in the favor of Team Revenge.
Yeah, they've been so close that no one has had the opportunity to cap this hill yet. I haven't seen this quite yet, Benson. And as the respawns come in, how will the teams approach it? It's a little bit more difficult, perhaps, with than the openers. It's not as much of a set piece, but XL's, he's running on his own again. He's got no reinforcements, but despite that, his raw skill makes up for it. His teammates do finally regroup with him. KO to the rescue, along with Sleepy Time. The E-Hill is finally in control of NRG, but look at Team Revenge, Benson.
It took a full minute before that neutral point was obtained. And unfortunately, though, for NRG, after dedicating so many resources over to E, they've gone and lost their home point. So someone's going to have to track back and go over towards the F point. You see Franco potentially just trying to stay alive for now. Giraffe just flies straight by. So I don't think so, my friend. And now you can see Giraffe pounce on towards E. F has been taken back by NRG. So it's almost as if it was NRG backed away from E to get their home control. Team Revenge just massively jumped on that advantage and got control of E once again.
Then again, Benson, Sleepy Time, Twisted, get a kill. Not give Team Revenge any safety or any setups. You actually see Twisted.
They've done exactly the same thing.
Here.
They've done exactly the same thing, and this is just beautiful escalation, in my opinion. As soon as you lose the neutral hill, one of the best things I think you can do is push the opposition's home point. When you do that, you relieve so much pressure. Sleepy Time going absolutely massive. So many picks from him, and this now could be that triple cap potentially coming in here. Sleepy Time trying to go for the beatdown, has the support of his teammates. They're going to get control of D, and that is absolutely beautiful play.
That is a textbook counter for sure. They mirrored them, right? They mirrored them at that point.
I love it. As soon as you lose control of the middle neutral objective, if you apply pressure on the other team's home, it forces them away. And guess what? Your plays off spawn, they can just go over towards that neutral objective and maybe get 1-2 picks. It's going to be so much easier. And for me, now talking about weapon placement, we talked about the sniper in the first half. For me, I feel like the sniper is very, very effective if you put it top mana, because you can just beam down and look at Workshop, you have a complete easy line of sight with that sniper rifle, and it kind of validates a little bit more of that up-top control.
That's right, and Franchise proved that point perfectly. When I was casting over his game at United, he was always playing on his own as the anchor, but he still abused his ability to get that sniper, get the headshots, get the body checks in, but then stay alive. That's the most crucial thing. Otherwise, you see hills go back and forth, as Team Revenge, especially from the very start of this map, Benson has been going for the away hill and really keeping NRG on the backs of the backs against the walls, essentially.
Second round now after the half. It will be NRG that lead 4 rounds to 3. Off the break, you have pretty much a mirror image. One player from each team going towards their home, everyone else kind of flooding towards mid-map. Already big gun engagement, so many smokes, and a big battle over E will want to continue.
Oh, look at the cross angles. Sleepy Time has been forward before he can even fire a shot, and Jirby's taking him down there. It's a very good start from Team Revenge, actually, as they win not only inside the barn area in the middle area, but also on the left. But here is XL's once again surprising me, as he stayed alive despite the numbers disadvantage in so many situations. His movement was known for on Gears 3, but it does catch up with him in the numbers game eventually. And look at Team Revenge. They are flying Benson to the away hill.
This is a 5 versus 3. For me, you just kind of leave Sycamore. You can force him to track back towards D. They're going to pick up the win, but you could have applied a little bit more pressure there towards D. Sleepy Time in a fantastic position to go clutch here. Franco, he's going to fall. Nicely done, or I believe that was Kraz actually. He is going to pick up that win, and that's a big defensive stay because now his teammates coming off spawn. For me, that Team Revenge missed a massive opportunity to go for the throat and get that trip cap.
Of course, they have whittled down the numbers. They've kept the pressure on NRG. You see Yoga actually in the map control area on that balcony, get the angle. Guish has been taken down, though. I'd like to see him take cover a little bit. Not sure if he's cross-angled from the back, but Twisted does get him nonetheless. And, of course, that is important for them as Sleepy Time takes out Yoga. They've broken down the map, Benson. They've broken down the walls of the F-Hill. They can now make an offensive on this, and Kraz has been taken down immediately as Sleepy Time goes off again with the shotgun.
They just completely crumbled there. They didn't know what to do. That was fantastic. Fantastic play from NRG. They applied pressure on E and F at the same time, and you have players from Team Revenge in absolute no man's land, but it looks like Yoga, he's going to try and break it to F, and they will keep it alive. A 98 to 92 point game. Team Revenge with a very clutch defensive play, but you just saw that when you applied pressure at the same time as NRG did, Team Revenge went into panic mode. They didn't know how many numbers are you going to send to each point. It's so hard to make those decisions within the game. You have to make them quick, and it's so tough to do.
Oh no, Sycamore just tried to jump over that cover, but XL's was in his way. You can see the melee trying to do that quick mantle, but Team Revenge, they react so well. You can see the overhead as many players are scattered across the map once again. It's not as predictable as we've seen so far in the formations. Twisted is going to get the down on Kraz as he wins that battle. Jippy forced to go to F as KO has stretched themselves thin the opposing team. He capped the hill, tries to stay back, keep the pressure on, but most importantly, Benson, keep his life. NRG have the winning score right now. He's back and forth saying that with the 2 hills.
Continuously back and forth between these two. It's coming down to who's going to capitalize on those mistakes, and I honestly believe that Team Revenge could have had that triple cap earlier on in the game, and they may regret it because right now NRG, they do have a 2-to-1 advantage. You can see them desperately trying to defend that E point. It's actually going to be a 1 versus 4 down at E, and immediately Franco says, I'm just going to continuously putting pressure on F. He knows 4 players from Team Revenge dedicated to push over to E, so he should be relatively good to cap that F point, but in actual fact, I think he actually just jumped off that. Not too sure what his game plan was, but he's going to win the 1 versus 1. It seems as if he was pushed by Yoga. Meanwhile, Quish trying to go big over him towards the E point. He's going to have Twisted in front of him. He's going to pick up that win. Nicely done. Now he has to defend that point with his life because he's going to be the last man standing. 1 versus 4. It looks like he's gone out into no man's land. Maybe he was trying to plan a push towards his home point, but that's absolutely craziness. He needs to get on a point at some point because it's trip cap's going to be in 3 seconds. Can he get to D in time? He will. Just no. Doesn't matter. For a minute there, I thought he was going to be able to try and deny it, but what was that push? What was that push? You have to, in those situations, dedicate to something. You can't just run around in no man's land putting some shots down. Either just book it to your home flag and try and get that point neutral as quickly as you can, or try and defend the neutral midpoint.
You're right, the pressure is high, and maybe that played an effect into the decision-making process there, but, you know, it's once again back and forth, Benson. But is it going to say that? The boom shot's been put down on the B hill. The E hill, excuse me, folks.
Okay, then.
And it's right at the bottom, where it's confined, where you can easily set up without that weapon. That boom shot, that opener. Me and Fallout were speaking about it on Forge, but this map especially, the distance from E to D, and the spawn trap ability is fairly easy, I'd argue, with this one. Especially in the later rounds.
8 players just dedicating themselves straight towards that E point. Boom's going to be so important, I think. Did XL manage to get it? No. Jerpy, nicely done, rolls in, shuts down XL's. Now the question, who's going to get control of the E point?
Kills back and forth, Benson. The boom shot must be still on the floor. all I'm on is a death screen. I don't know what's going on. I will have to find out. Twisted, he's the last man alive. They're looking for the boom shot, though. Twisted, he's got the Hambus to his name, but he needs to keep his distance. He needs to stay alive, and he can't. Kraz has taken him down. This is a very good place for TR to take advantage here, and I'm wondering, where is this boom shot, Benson? And there it is!
Just as you say, Gwish comes in and says, oh, there's 2 for me, and the pressure on F will come through. Nicely done. It's going to be broken once, but this should be an easy pick for Gwish. It will be. The domination coming in 3 seconds. I don't think Twist is going to get there because Young is going to push out. Nicely done. Team Revenge reply, and that was so much better from them. You compare that to a previous round where they were able to get multiple players down and they didn't capitalize on the advantage. This time they did. As you said, the boom came in massive for them. You were wondering where it was. Well, it got a double kill, so nicely played.
And of course, Team Revenge placed that weapon down. Their set piece has come true, it's worked in their favor, making use of the new weapon placement ability. And to be honest, I've referred to this, Benson, a lot of the players are scattered. It's good, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, capping the enemy hill is very good as a counter. The rotation is very, very good. But this boom shot has provided maybe some much-needed equilibrium in this game to maybe play a bit less strategic and more shotgun-based, it seems, rather than just banks and just free roaming.
Run and gun, you have to go towards the power weapon, essentially. You have to. You can't just leave boom there, especially considering it's at that neutral objective. For now, NRG find themselves in the lead. 5 rounds to 4. They just need 2 more to close it out. And you're going to see exactly the same push come in as we saw last round. Expected to get a little chaotic now over towards this E point. The smoke grenades are going to come out from both our squads. A shot grenade as well. Excel's thought about potentially going for the peak, just picking up boom. Sleepy Time is there in support. He's going to pick up 1. Sycamore with 1 as well. Unfortunately, Giraffe will fall. And that's going to be Sleepy Time on cleanup crew. Excels as well, trying to put some pressure on Chubby. Is he going to go straight for boom? He is. He has the support. Can he find the kill or at least get out with boom? There's Excels. Fantastically done. Had the support of Sleepy Time. And you expect to see this exact same thing happen this round as what we saw last round.
Whereas his only job now is to stay alive and delay this triple cap as long as he can. But, of course, the respawn time has increased from last time. It seems NRG are not pushing here, Benson. There is no one in sight.
I'm so against this. You have boom, you have control, you have a couple of players down. Yes, you can wait for another wave and just try and solidify it, but I feel like you've got to take that risk at this point. You could really have just solidified this lead. You would have put yourself 1 round away. Instead, now you're allowing Team Revenge to potentially get a little bit of map control, and just like that, Kraz able to win that 1v1 against Twisted. It looks as if he will fall. In fact, no, Franco now in a little bit of trouble as well. He's in a 1 versus 2. He's not going to be able to get it. Kraz shuts him down, and the tables could turn very, very quickly here for NRG.
Yeah, they're trying to counter by going up top, Benson. They know a boom shot's still down bottom. 1 left to XL's name, and they're making use of it here. They've already broken the D hill, and they're about to cap it as well. So very, very good. XL has run out of boom shots. But remember, Benson, they might be going for the D hill, but the boom shot will be respawning shortly.
The problem is they kind of have NRG completely pinned it down here. So now, if I'm Team Revenge, I'm going for a pinch. Send 2 players from each side, 1 straight down the middle. It should be good, but of course, XL does have that boom. Once again, he is going to shut down Gwish. This now should allow them realistically to relieve a little bit of that pressure. You see them start making their way over towards the F point, but in actual fact, they're just going to play for that mid-map control. They are still, of course, at a 2-to-1 point advantage, but there's the boom coming out in favor. Now they can split off. 2 players go towards each point, and this could be a domination very, very quickly with 3 players down.
And as the heads up, it's 3 players down. As you said, Benson, they can now stretch their legs. They can now think about retaking some objectives after getting the kills. And here we go. Gwish is just trying to hold off for a second. Good shots being put in by XLs, but no roll. That's not going to help, but it doesn't matter. He still gets the kill on the end of it, and now he's going to pull out, I assume, NRG. In fact, he might even get domination.
This is a big play.
But this is what I think, Benson. I think they should set up for the new boom shot. Look at the score. They've got 2 hills. They've proven they can set up with 2 hills instead of a triple cap at this point.
Team Revenge are going to be pinned in at F, that's for sure. And as you said, if you play for the boom now, you basically guarantee that victory. If you look at the score, it's getting a little out of control now. NRG with the lead, 173 to 146. Team Revenge are desperately going to need to try and break out. We've seen them play towards the top side of the map before. It did work. They were able to get deep, but now they need to go for that trip cap. A 2 cap is not going to be enough. Franco with boom, he's going to shut down 1. That's going to be 2 players down, looking for more. And in actual fact, NRG, the door has been opened wide to go for the trip cap. I don't think it even matters. They would have won this one regardless.
Yeah, that's all she wrote. CKO just holding the boom shot back because he knows the spawn timer, the spawn protection is there. And you could hear the screams of energy. That was a very good round, I admit. We both agreed on that, as casters, that the very first push they had 4 down, 5 alive, and 2 boom shots. With the respawn timer considered fairly long, kind of getting an average in the middle, not too short, not too long. We both think they could have made a triple cap there.
Yeah, they could have done. But I think in those situations, if you do that against the likes of maybe your Up to Gamings or your Envies, I think you could get punished. I really do. I think if they get out of that base, they can kind of just flip the table so quickly. We almost saw it happen as well. Team Revenge were very, very close. If you remember, they had both home and away points. They just couldn't get control of E. So it can come back and bite you in the ass, to be honest. But NRG did a fantastic job of just staying composed, making the correct decisions, knowing who to split, knowing who to rotate, who to overextend. It really was very, very well played. Now they find themselves one round away from taking map 1.
And look what Team Revenge has placed, folks. It is frag grenades up top. And we saw them playing up top a lot in the last round, Benson. They actually played very well as they won back map control. So that might help them in their progress in this round, but they have to go to this E hill, and it's going to be a major impact as KO goes in for flank. Steam trains one. He's looking for another kill, make that giraffe falling as well. But the E hill and the boom shot is still for the picking. The regrouping comes in for KO, but look at it. He is full red. He's trying to keep his distance with a shotgun. Accuracy, of course, is just too much. The boom shot is still there. It's going to come down to 1v1. Oh, the mantle is not going to work for XLs there as he's punished. Gwish spins around, and his reward is the boom shot.
Yeah, very simple pick there from Gwish. Oh no, he's still up! Gwish with a big mistake. He has boom as well. He may need to just completely get out. He was able to cap Ian.
No.
That's a waste of a boom as well. Oh, this is all gone terribly, terribly wrong.
It's gone
for
wrong.
Gwish. Oh, that's not how you want to use the boom. Oh, no.
And at the end, XLs is still alive somehow. So well played as the regrouping comes in for Cog. But look, the domination still is almost coming in for formerly Team Elevate, for Team Revenge now, but NRG hang on just for a second, and of course 1 round away from winning, folks. And oh, very good play from Yoga back in on KO. That could be the domination necessary. Sleepy Time, surely he's gonna have enough time to get in there. Yes, he does. But Yoga is on his own, maybe a bit overextended now. Maybe that's a bit, a bit too much, a bit too overzealous, because of course E control is still there, and the boom shot will be up soon.
They'd already dedicated so many resources though to try and go for that trip. He should be okay, because of course, as you mentioned earlier, on Toby, the respawn time getting a little high now, so his teammates will be off spawn. They should be able to get control once again over towards E. As I say that, the wrap will go down. Sycamore with a big 2. He's going to pick up the boom, but unfortunately, the shot grenade comes in. He's down, and you may see the control stay with NRG now, but the score, a pretty big lead at this point. 123 to 74, of course, by no means over in favor of Team Revenge. A quick glance at that minimap will show you exactly where those arrows are, and you can see the F point has been taken as well. That's going to mean NRG have to track back. Now, though, what do? Do they go back to Ian, make sure they defend? Do they split? They need to play for kills, but the kills just simply aren't coming in. That's going to be 2 players down. Now the pressure on F should come in once again for Team Revenge, but they dedicated so many resources over towards E.
You cannot waste those boom shots when your teammates are dying at this stage of the tournament. You have to use those boom shots. 2 boom shots at least, 2 kills. Oh, that's KO shotgunning. He's keeping his team in the game. Gwish come flying in. Sleepy Time is behind. Takes him out. The E hill is now going to Sleepy Time. Or is it? Yoga is last alive. That could be a triple cap opportunity here.
Franco and Sleepy Time just made one of the best plays I've seen all tournament, really. There are 2 players left alive. They know the push is coming in, and now, as you said, the trip cap could come in. It's going to be XL. He cleans up Kraz. Now they're 4 seconds away from a domination. 2 players desperately trying to push. Will they get inside? No, they won't. And NRG are going to take map number 1 here at Championship Sunday between NRG and Team Revenge.
What a great map to start the Championship Sunday off, Benson. I'm almost speechless to some of those shotgun plays. I saw XL's movement at the end. He was smoked. You can't bounce. You can't shoot. You have to strafe. And he did it perfectly. Very old school kind of gameplay there. Very, very well played indeed.
Now the question is, how did Team Revenge respond? Of course, we mentioned that this is really one of the first times these guys have played at LAN. I believe it is the first time of a couple of their players. And I know Yoga, he's played previously before. But how do you mentally get back? Because towards the end there, that was pretty dominating. It kind of got out of control very quickly. So how do they kind of forget about map number 1 and look forward to map number 2?
It was extremely difficult, of course, as you said. Perhaps the most inexperienced team here on Championship Sunday compared to the rest. So, adjusting to momentum and talking about psychology might be, it might be in NRG's favor in that regard. So, that map win for NRG might be more effective than we might think so at first.
Now, you mentioned that you thought this one could potentially go the distance to a game 3. Looking at map number 2, we're going over to Foundation. Is that one where realistically Team Revenge have a fighting chance against NRG, or were you expecting maybe the first map to go a little bit differently?
No, I think NRG shotguns just tilted the balance at the end. I say it all the time when I'm casting. It's all about balance, right? If you get one little advantage and take advantage, NRG was the instance there for me. Team Revenge though, they've proven that they can rotate very, very easily. We talked about the neutral hill on both on the first half, and the second half. They always rotated to the away hill, and it's very, very quick as well. We have to admit, it's extremely quick. I think Foundation could work in their favor in this regard. They've certainly had some very good games on this one. Remember, Optic Gaming, the one I was watching on the side station while the first match was playing yesterday on the main stage, it was very close. Of course, at the half time, in the first half, it was 5-2 to Team Revenge against the favourites to win this tournament.
Of course, it's worth mentioning, if you are watching the stream on twitch.tv or MLG.tv, make sure you go over to live.gearsofwar.com to check out map number 2. You can win tons and tons of goodies. You can win packs, so some Xbox Live, and of course, you can also win the Xbox One Elite controller as well. So there's tons and tons of goodies that you can win. So definitely check that out. I may have a laptop under the desk with the website open, trying to get.
I think I forgot to bring mine, but
rookie mistake,
what it is.
Rookie mistake. You gotta do what you gotta do to win those prizes, that's for sure. But speaking of winning, as we said, as it stands, NRG coming out looking very, very good. Team Revenge gonna have to try and battle back now as they find themselves 1-0 down here in the first game on Championship Sunday. We mentioned we're going over to Foundation for map number 2. Do you still believe that this is going to a game 3?
I think so. I think so.
You're staying with your belief?
Should we go into predictions? Overall?
Let's do it.
Let's take it to it. Okay. I'm going to go with Team
I want
Revenge.
round count. I'm going to write this down.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. I'm brutal
pressure.
with predictions. I'm brutal.
Look, you might be experienced in casting, Benson, but I'm very new, so
okay.
That's cheating, sir.
We'll see how good you really are.
Okay. I'm going to go. Foundation, all right. Foundation. We talking Foundation?
Yeah.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay. Team Revenge are going to win.
Okay.
7-5.
7-5.
7-5.
7-5.
Write it down. Go on.
So basically, what you did is you looked at the last game and you just gave him one extra round. It was 7
No. So that's not my...
Well, explain the 7.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
I admit, they really, really impressed me, Team Revenge, when they 5-2'd Optic Gaming at the halftime on this very map. The first match, remember, not warmed up. They seem to be very in tune with the teamwork and the rotations.
I'm sorry.
It's
just great seeing you
Benson's laughing at me, folks.
Pluck ideas out of the sky. No, in all seriousness, go on.
No, I honestly think Team Revenge really impressed me on this map. I think it is one of their strongest maps, and I think this is going to work in their favor more than nothing. I think Foundation, at least for me, this really stands out for the first time as a strong map for one team on Gears 4. It is admittedly early on in the Gears 4 life cycle. And like I said, Revenge on this map is a good thing. I think it's going to work in their favor, and I think it'll give them more rounds in the opposing team here.
I'm going to believe in your Gears of War expertise, but do not let me down. If this doesn't go to a game 3, I'm never listening to you ever again.
Oh, rip.
Rest in peace, my trust in you. Anyway, just said, heading over towards Foundation. As we mentioned earlier on, of course, the pressure now really is on Team Revenge. A relatively new squad, a bit of a rookie squad, essentially, if you want to go that far and kind of call them that. They had a lot of critics calling them online warriors. Now they've come to land. They've managed to at least secure a minimum top 4. Can they try and survive, though, against NRG? A very, very hyped-up squad who, with Franco screaming and shouting, can be very, very scary to play against.
Yeah, this is a very emotional game for both teams, I think. And, of course, with LAN, the most inexperienced team here, as you said, is Team Revenge. Maybe losing the first map has more an effect, as I said, Benson, than we think. But, I'm still going with Team Revenge, 7-5. Let's check out the overhead when we get the chance to see how these two teams are playing this one. Looks like Team Revenge, or NRG, excuse me, are going to get the early double cap here.
Yeah, nicely played from them, getting control of B. Now, though, just trying to sit back, potentially try and play for a couple of picks before immediately applying pressure on towards A. But in these early rounds, at the beginning of the game and after halftime, with the respawn so low, very rare that you see a trip cap coming very quickly. But sleepy time, just getting some style points there on Giraffe, looking to try and find Yogurt, but it's not going to happen. He will be able to clean that one up with the support of Kraz. And that, of course, now means Sycamore has to just retreat a little bit. Doesn't want to give away his home flag, playing what I've heard many of you guys call the anchor role for the squad there, just backing away towards his home point and just waiting for his teammates off respawn.
Yeah, very, very well played, Sycamore. I appreciate how he played that, kept his health.
Look at how right now you have NRG just pinning in Team Revenge. Look at that minimap. They can't escape their base. And what's scary is they don't really have too much control over their A point. And now you can see Kraz just desperately trying to make a play over towards that C point.
For a kill. He's going all in with a 1v1, so to speak. Sycamore gets down on Kraz, but he needs to take the kill. He's got 2 COG members coming to him. He needs to keep his life, because otherwise this will be a certain cap that might be very hard to get back, Benson, until we have some regrouping of Team Revenge players. But look at this, the rotation. They still have the B hill, and look at the A hill. It has already been broken.
Team Revenge desperately trying to pick up that C point, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. It's Jerpy. And unfortunately, he will fall to Sycamore's shotgun. We expect to see C once again go in favor of Red Squad. It's going to be NRG. It's sleepy time. Just going to control that B point for now. Now can apply a little bit more pressure. Of course, the score 135 to 105 in favor of NRG.
Yeah, look at Sycamore running for the kill. I think they have a bit of a numbers advantage. Okay, I lost my my breath for just a second, admittedly. But Yoga is going to hold back on A now for Team Revenge. JP is a world of his own, actually, it seems, because he's running around from Sleepy Time and other members of NRG.
At this point, though, if you're Team Revenge, you have to go. You're down 2-1. At this point, you have to apply pressure, dedicate your resources, and that's exactly what they're doing. You can see no arrows whatsoever heading towards B. They're all going to try and flood C and then maybe track back towards B. A trip cap now is what they need to win this game, but they have to be so unbelievably quick. You expect the resources to be sent defensively. I mean, theoretically, if your energy just hold B, you can set up and do that. Now they have to flip B as quickly as they possibly can. It's 200 to 150. They have around about 8 seconds to try and get over towards B. It's going to be Kraz not able to get there. He will fall, and the C flag does go in their favor, but it doesn't matter. No one able to get over to the inside.
Yeah, but little too late as the screams come in for the open round of Foundation. And what you might have noticed, Benson, is Team Revenge were forced so many times, or 2 times at least, it stood out to me, to go to C. They sent 3 members there, of course.
Yep.
That's more than half the team, half their resources to a push, and it didn't work out in any case. And of course, NRG could have just played it safe, held control of B the majority of the time, which is, of course, why they won in the score in the end.
Now, talking about weapon placement, it seems as if Team Revenge may choose to, yep, they're going to block out Pistons. Is that a surprise to you here? I know you mentioned earlier on that you think their gun-on-gun is an advantage to them on this map specifically. So is that the smart decision?
I think it's going back to the point that NRG just played so well. They set up a fortress in B, and you don't want to be given a power weapon on top of that, so they are really just keeping it basic, addressing your weaknesses directly, using that amazing weapon placement screen, new to escalation, of course, for those any new viewers at home. And I think that's going to help them, but we'll have to see how this plays out. The B hill was just enough for NRG to win comfortably last round. Is it going to be the same case here? Looks like it's still under contention. We're jumping forward with Yogas. He's got a good angle. There's a pinch coming in for Guish. XLs does manage to get a kill just before he drops to his knees, but is twisted. Who gets a meat shield? Mirror to mirror right in front. It's going to be a battle of pistols here. Who's going to drop the first meat shield? It is actually Yoga who gets the extra damage. But look at this. Twisted fights back. He's on left-hand disadvantage. Yoga trying a wall peek, using the Gears of War mechanics to his advantage, but it will be Yoga who does come victorious in the end. Can they get the B cap though, Benson?
Now bear in mind that fight took a long time, and you can see the resources from energy flooding down the ramp, trying to put pressure back on B. Yoga's done a good job pushing past the point. Now is he actually going to be able to pick up a kill? He's going to have Franklin right next to him. Nicely played from him. He's going to clean that up and get control of the B site. Fantastic stuff coming from Team Revenge.
Yeah, textbook back A from Yoga there for me. Really is helping his team to this setup. You know, it's down to him. Why? There's a defensive line for the COG this time round. He's won so many crucial 1Bs and shotgun battles. You can see Excel is just waiting up now at the B hill. We've got a battle actually going on the statue as Giraffe takes out Sleepy Time. So really, right now, oh, Kraz is actually, no. If there was another player there, Benson, I think that was a mistake. I'd do it myself, admittedly. When you try and get pick up a down or ammo, you can sometimes do the yank, the new animation of Gears of War, and it shows that it's early days for this game thus far.
C point taken now back to Energy, but it is still a 2-1 point advantage as we say that, though. A being taken again by Energy, so they're going to have both the home and away points. Kraz definitely trying to make the play over towards the C point. Meanwhile, B is being taken.
No.
Someone has to react. They have to react quickly. It could be a trip cap, and luckily the reaction does come in from Team Revenge. They hop on C. They will have a they will still have that 1 point, but now down to a 2-1 disadvantage. They have the lead, but it's a fragile one. This game, of course, by no means safe.
No, it's still early days, I think, with the score. Remember that B hill is very easy to protect, it seems, judging from the rounds thus far. JP on his screen here, just putting in some lands of fire, but he can't go in, Benson. You know, he's 2v1. There's a long trip down that tunnel for lands of fire and shotgun fire, that's for sure. And they're just going to throw a smoke, in fact.
I like that, right? You're throwing the smoke at the cut. You're forcing players to run through smoke. You should theoretically have that advantage. Giraffe's trying to sneak through, but did not expect Excels to be in the corner. Excels will get the down, and he's also going to get the pick. Excels actually finds himself too. That's Chirpy and Giraffe at a 1v2 disadvantage. He's done well there. Yoga tries to escape, but he's in absolute no man's land. He falls, and immediately Excel springs into action. At this point, you expect Energy to apply so much pressure over towards C.
Yeah, dangerous territory for the COG team right now. They've only got 1 hill, and they drop the numbers. Everyone alive for the swarm, but here is the reaction. It is Kraz once again pushing the away hill, but he's not successful this time round. Once again, it seems like every round that NRG have the advantage when they go for the away hill, but also they're winning on points as they keep the B hill the majority of this round, despite the COG opening up with a very good opener. Of course, we referred to you on the earlier, Benson.
And you just see, unfortunately, Team Revenge is not able to react in time. And Energy going to say, well, thank you very much. We'll take those wins. They find themselves now 2 rounds up after reaching that 210 score limit. Now, of course, we go back to weapon selection. It's going to be down to Team Revenge once again. And do you at this point consider trying to give yourself maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think they
sniper
should
rifle?
utilize the weapon system at this point because it has been very predictable thus far. It's the same with Reclaim. Both teams incorporate similar strategies, and it's the torque bow. Now, this is interesting for me, Benson, because we spoke about the sniper last map as maybe being a secondary weapon, not really a powerful, effective weapon on this game. Torque bow, in my opinion, is much more effective. Of course, that explosion radius when you put it down next to a cover, maybe a cover by a very valuable hill that someone's protecting, allows for much better pushes and maybe even some cross-map sticks. I think the torque bow is a good placement there.
Okay, well, we'll see if that one comes into effect a little bit later on. I believe it's Quish that ain't already been enough to get his hands on that one. Meanwhile, over down towards the bottom side, expect this B point now to go in the favor of NRG. And once again, I almost feel as if Team Revenge are just giving away B. They're not dedicating enough resources there towards it.
Yeah, I think they've gone for that torque bow shot.
Yeah,
Right? They've played for that. You see Gwish has got that, but he's running around on his own now. You see Excel just sees him run past the halfway, and nothing's really been played on it yet, you know?
If you're going to dedicate your resources towards it, you have to utilize it, right? You have to get a couple of kills with it. You got to make sure that it's efficient use of your resources. And right now, it hasn't been, to be completely honest with you. They still don't have control of B. And you know, you're seeing that they were able to cap both home and away points with A and C, but NRG here, realistically, they get a couple of picks. They could split off, 2 go left, 2 go right, and the trip cap could come in very quickly.
Right there, Team Revenge went for that push with the torque bow. You know, we saw Gwish run past the halfway line, but Yoga out of nowhere pushes B on his own. He just runs into 4 people, and the numbers advantage stays in the hands of NRG. As a result, it really is playing their favor right now. This torque bow strategy hasn't worked out, but look at Excel's picture in picture. See his reactions with the cam. He's going to go in with the movement. Very good shot so far, but needs to reload. It is Yoga who gets the final shot in. Maybe the push as Gwish gets a kill too. The change in the balance of numbers that they need, Benson.
This is a big 1v1 as well here, because if he's able to get on B, we could potentially have a trip cap situation come through. As I say that, though, the A flag is going to be defended. C is going to be kept as well. Yoga's going to win the 1 versus 1 now. Can he get control of B? The question is, with 3 players down, you only have Sleepy Time and Excel's in a position to do anything. I don't think they're going to reach in time. Oh, they do.
Gwish
Just when Gwish comes in on the flank, he's going to get the trip cap secure. And nicely done. Team Revenge, once again, find their first round here of map number 2.
Gwish with the final push at the end. Very well played. Good positioning. Coming up behind the spawning players of Team Revenge. I believe it was NRG? NRG, I'm getting the factions wrong, I think. But yeah, very well played regardless. Back to the point, as he knew the spawns were going to come in, he flanked around instead of trying to hold that predictable body block. Very happy with that indeed.
Now, of course, we'll see NRG for the first time in map number 2 with their weapon placement decision. Hovering over a couple of things, just flicking through. Anything specific you think maybe could be a good choice here?
I would say frag grenades in the middle is maybe a good shot. I think that's a good.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it as well, Benson. So
I mean, they've been winning those mid-map engagements, so
exactly.
It does make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, I think Gwish and Co might actually go for the torque bow once again. That might play into NRG's favor here. If they play for the nades, they can utilize them elsewhere. And it is a very short run, remember, folks, from those frag grenades to the away hill. You could potentially go for maybe a triple cap if you get enough kills with that weapon. Very explosive, very high impact.
And the difference, NRG actually sent 2 players mid to get control of those frag grenades, as opposed to Team Revenge just 1. And once again, the B point looks as if NRG will get early control over it. Which, though, is able to get that pick on Sleepy Time and actually get control of torque and grenades. So pretty much everything on the map has gone in Team Revenge's favor. Now it's just a question of how do you utilize it?
Yeah, there's explosions everywhere. Anarchy in the middle area here. Gwish gets a kill with the nades, and he's going to get down as well, double down, but it looks like NRG are going to be quicker on their feet to get the necessary revive, maybe the second kill. But it is maybe a triple cap. I'm not sure about the numbers, but how have these 2 players got up? How is Gwish being able to get up? Not sure what happened there. A bit of a fumble from NRG. But it is a big battle going on here at the home hill for NRG. Sleepy Time, very good shotgunner as he's proven once again. Excel's helping out as they claw onto anything they can to stay alive here.
Nicely done. They secure that A point. But Team Revenge do have the 2-to-1 point advantage with B and C under their control. There is going to be a bit of an engagement over towards B. You see 1 arrow from each of our squads over there. It's going to be Excel's trying to go aggressively now towards the B point. In fact, may actually end up just running straight through. Has the support of Franco now. It's a 2 versus 1. They should easily be able to win this one, but no. It's actually going to be a 2 versus 2, and as Excel turns around, he needs Crash shotgun.
Yeah, bit of a surprise for Kraz, for sure. You're picking up a kill on KO. It is Twisted who just picks up the nades. I'm not sure where he's ran off to, but he's definitely running to somewhere else other than B. He wants to keep his distance and utilize them. But look at Giraffe, look at Jippy, look at this kill feed. It is lighting up blue while they have a 2-cap. Could it make a triple? Kraz, can he finally get the triple cap and the hold of A that he needs? Yes, he can, Benson. 2 apiece here.
Yeah, very, very well played. Just again, jumping on those opportunities of advantage. As soon as you get a couple of players down, a very, very fast rotation over towards the home point, and they're able to get that cap and make it look relatively easy to tie it up. Now the question, can they try and get ahead? You look at map number 1, they never really had that advantage in the series. They were always trailing, always trying to tie it up. Now though, this prime opportunity for them to try and excel in the first half here.
Yeah, I'd like to see NRG play a bit more heavy and keep hold of B. They've proven that works, but they're actually adjusting or considering adjusting the weapons at this point. It's going to be Hammer Burst, in fact. I mean, not too unpredictable, nothing too heavy going on. They're happy with the frag grenades and torpedo being placed on the map. And of course, as we said, already Benson, very high impact, and they can tilt the balance of this battle. Let's see on the overhead, folks, what both teams incorporate into the opening strategy. Looks like mirrored, in fact, here, Benson.
Something to kind of keep our eyes out as this map develops. Franco currently only sitting at 1 kill, been relatively quiet so far. This map, you start to think if maybe he heats up, this could swing once again in favor of NRG. Now on board with Sleepy Time though, he is going to fall. Nicely played there from Wish. Meanwhile, speaking of Franco, we'll take a look at his perspective. 93 seconds spent dead, only 2 downs, 1 kill. Definitely not the Franco performance that we've kind of seen throughout the weekend, and he's just trying to run away, play for his life. He's essentially pinned himself into a corner. The smoke grenade is going to come through from Kraz. Is he going to go for the push? Franco just desperately trying to keep the movement alive. Is he going to be able to win this? This would be massive for Franco. And he just walks straight up to Kraz and says, I don't think so, sweetheart. You're going down.
JP reacts well with the Hambist kill, and that might be a triple cap. Not sure where the players are. Sycamore holding on in the end as he gets a melee kill actually on Giraffe, and he goes down at the same time. What a close battle it was, but CP time was on hand if things didn't go quite their way. But look at the kill HUD as players respawn for Team Revenge. Yoga's going to get quite down as well, and that's a torpo up. Frags might be up very soon, Benson.
The B point's being taken as well by NRG. This could be time for them to try and spring into action and put some pressure down on that A point. Try and go for that trip. Cap Excels is going to be able to get the pickup, but unfortunately he will fall, and you're going to see that kind of revive chain just kind of come through here as Twisted. He's just going to try and get out. Squish cleans up too. Twisted has escaped with his life. It's a 1 versus 2 at B. There's no need for him to necessarily go for that challenge. Wait for your teammates to come off spawn, but he just runs straight towards mid-map and gives away an easy kill.
Yeah, the numbers are running away at this point. Team Revenge, they pushed B very well. They get the pinch. Courtesy, of course, of Yoga, but look at this, the torpo. Is that going to slow things down for the Team Revenge? It doesn't seem like actually, because Sleepy Time has been flanked. Good call up from Guish as Yoga comes to his safety very, very quickly, but they are going to be flying across the map. Team Revenge trying to stretch their legs a little bit here, Benson. Regain some map control, but once again, NRG is going for the B hill.
And as soon as they do, you see Team Revenge spring into action. They put pressure onto C, exactly how you want to play this game, considering they have that 142 to 103 advantage, and they've actually neutralized B. This could be a trip cap for themselves with 4 seconds until domination. I think that B point is going to come through. Nicely played from Team Revenge, and they now, for the first time, take the lead.
They gained the advantage in numbers, Benson. It was, of course, that push from JP and Guish, the duo pushing into B. They got the kills, they rotated, they pushed up as a team, respectively, across the map, regained the B hill, and of course the C hill. It was perfect timing, right. Very good rotation.
And again, that's the key for me here is the rotations. You saw as soon as those kills came in, the immediate push towards that away point, and they get control. B was nicely defended as well. Shout out to whoever managed to pick up that kill from Team Revenge, managed to get that trip cap and secure the round.
Okay. A moment of respite as we see the weapon comes. A long shot. Okay, so maybe NRG, they don't really like the torpo there. Maybe the Cog are utilizing it a bit too well. Maybe they're losing in the statue area. Maybe a little bit of a weaker weapon. Or maybe they want to give their sniper an opportunity to pop some heads. But regardless, Benson, respawns in now 20 seconds. These rotations are going to be ever so more important, and staying alive, of course, as well.
You have to understand when to play your life now as you get to these later rounds. You see players kind of adapt their playstyle as these maps do kind of get on, and we go into the later rounds. But A and B, once again, has been immediately controlled by NRG. It's similar kind of stuff as it seems Team Revenge more than happy to try and go for those power weapons. The sniper rifle has been picked up by them. We'll see just how useful that is going to be, though, as Excels does shut down Gwish, and that's going to be a couple of players down now. And the pressure immediately comes through. Nicely done from Excels, putting a lot of pressure on towards C. It's going to be neutral. This could be the trip cap. Giraffe is left in absolute no man's land. Someone needs to contest at some point. Is the Chirpy. Oh, tried so unbelievably hard. B point has been taken, though, by Team Revenge, so you've got to give Chirpy a lot of props. He got the contest in, bought his teammates time, and now they may actually get C back under their control. They do, but unfortunately, they've lost B once again.
Gwish needs to win this 1v. I feel it's not a good place for Team Revenge right now. Twisted is going to win it, just about, but look at the B hill, Benson.
B's gone back towards Team Revenge. In actual fact, no, the gunfight's still continuing. Yogurt's hopped off to try and win this 1v1, and he will do so. Had a little bit of crossfire from his teammate, but B point now under control thanks to the help of Chirpy there. He's very, very weak. He's actually going to push this. We'll see if he's going to be able to win it. No, not going to happen. Excels with one. Can he find the second? Has support now. Franco. This should be shut down of Chirpy, and it will be. Now the question, though, can they get control of B? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so with so much Lancer fire raining down on the point.
Just look how close it is, Benson. There's a new player appears in every key point of this B battle, and it's going right to the end as both teams commit so many resources to it. They need to come out with a victory, or you can see just another rotation from each of these two teams, and it's coming in right now. Actually, Gwish is being forced to run through the smoke.
Has to stay in the hill.
Chainsaw coming in. He has to stay in, as you said, Benson. The C hill, though, is in contention.
Gwish is going so big. He's going so big, just trying to play his life, buying his teammates time, but I don't think it was enough. Oh, you saw the C flag for a second go neutral. There was a player over there, but unfortunately not able to win that gunfight, which realistically you can't expect him to do much in those situations. That's very, very unfortunate for him, and now we have a tied-up situation, 3 rounds apiece.
No, you're right, Benson. His hand was forced for sure. But as we go into the halftime, once again, Benson, these two teams are very, very level in terms of rounds, and deja vu, exactly. So, as the hills switch, folks, remember the middle hill, which is now E, is at the statue area. D and F hills are going to be the new spawn hills, which are by the fountain. So let's see how this one plays out. Let's bring up the overhead when we can and see what the opener is for this very first round, this second half of the second map.
NRG dedicating so many resources to that middle neutral point. I mean, they do it on both sides. We've seen them get such good success controlling B in the first half. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me here if they get control of this E point. They back away a little bit, but Frankie was able to get that first pick. That now gives license to be aggressive, but Gwish says no to sleepy time. Has the support of a teammate as well. The flank was trying to come in. They should actually be able to control this and potentially get on that E point. But for now, NRG doing a good job of just bleeding away at that clock, waiting for their teammates to come off screen.
Yeah, it looks like Team Revenge are doing very, very well here at the battle for the E hill. We actually got Gwish trying to push up, keep the pressure on the opposing team. He gets a kill, but maybe a little bit of an overextension. He needs to play his life. No, he runs into sleepy time. It is the back A from once again from that star player with a shotgun. But sleepy time is going to be in a world of pain. He is getting shot from left and right. Chirpy cleaning up the kill there, keeping his distance and taking out sleepy time with that damage advantage. Turn your attention to D. The camera is here, folks. Giraffe is running in to what seems like LMGs, letting rip on him. Kraz, much the same story for him, but Sycamore is going to run in for the meat shield here.
They may actually get away with that. Kraz just decides, no, I'm rolling away. I don't want any of that. Before once again pushing over towards D. Has the support of a teammate, so this game is so unbelievably close at this point, 76 to 72. Expect that one to swing back in favor of Team Revenge. They are able to get control of D, but no one actually stayed on the point. Kraz now left in a 1v1 against Sycamore. Sycamore does clean that up. The crossfire is just pounding down. NRG doing such a good job of applying the pressure here on that away point. Yogurt's going to be left in between a rock and a hard place, essentially. Franco should clean him up, does so, and the trip cap should come in once again. The swarm domination, nicely played from NRG. And you just saw so many resources thrown over towards that home point of Team Revenge. They didn't really know what to do. They kept flooding in one by one, and just such good crossfire with the Lancer, and then the pressure came on over towards that E point, and it was all
it was a high-risk, high-reward situation, right? The respawn time was very, very low. It was the lowest in the point. Of course, we only just had half-time, folks, but NRG committed a lot of resources, a lot of players, a lot of crossfire to that away hill, and if it didn't work out for them, Benson, it might have been not gone their way that round. But
we've seen them flip.
Yeah.
We have. We've seen those situations where teams go for it in the early rounds, and all of a sudden they find themselves 5 down and they just lose complete control of the map. Not necessarily lose the round, but map control is so key in those early rounds, as we've mentioned so many times. As often we see the rounds end early to 210 points as opposed to that triple cap domination. And now heading into the second round after the half on board with Gwish. He makes his way over to the
Chirpy and Gwish, the front men for this battle, but as you can see, NRG keeping their distance on one side and pushing over the overhead here, and it's going to be actually Giraffe getting taken out there. Jirpy, oh, don't get Lancer out of that situation, KO. You will be punished by the likes of Jirpy. Guish himself is trying to push in against Sleepy Time, but he's going to reset for a second. He knows his teammate's going to win that battle and wait for the numbers to go into his favor. The Lancer fire, he's put one shot in Benson. Very smart play. Guish gets full red, keeps his distance, keeps his life.
Yep, and he's also going to get control of that E point once again. Now can we see Team Revenge try and spring into action, put the pressure on D, very familiar to what we saw with NRG last round. It seems as if Team Revenge not really willing to do so just yet, waiting for those smokes to clear. They know Franco is playing kind of a bit of base defense for now. There's Twisted going to be over there as well. So Kraz will have to just kind of wait, try and play for those picks, and once you get those kills, that's when you can start to make that aggressive push.
Yeah, he's trying to set up with the smoke grenade tag, and of course the newly put down Hammerfist. Look at this. Excel's trying to come in the middle. Oh, we've also got Sycamore here. So 4 members inside this cave. Benson is once again a high-risk push, high-risk positioning, and they need to make use of it. They need to move. They need to fly. KO does get a kill, but the pressure is just so much from the Team of Revenge, and they need to do something here, Benson, basically. They have to move NRG. There's so many numbers put down here that they might lose on the other side of the map if they're not quick.
I mean, that was a 3 versus 2, and
yeah,
you have to ask, you know, Team Revenge, there was just no one backtrack to help, and they're going to have to concede that F point most likely, as NRG more than happy to just continuously apply that pressure and really take those high-risk, high-reward situations and decisions. And because of that, you're going to see that score potentially flip if it does stay like this. With DNF under the control of NRG, they will once again retake the lead. As it stands, though, it is Team Revenge with a fragile, and I mean fragile, just over a 10-point lead in their favor. As Excel's just raining down bullets.
Yeah, seems like a very difficult push for Team Revenge here. Excel's has done so well to put in the damage, but his health has not stayed in a similar advantage to him. He is going to get taken down eventually as we switch to KO's point of view on the E battle. It is going to be a 1v1 for now, but it is Jirpy once again, textbook shotgunning from him as he uses the right-hand advantage to take out KO. His teammate Giraffe is on the overhead too to get the angle from down bottom, but it's a very good retake from Team Revenge nonetheless.
Yeah, you have 2 players down as well, and you can see a couple of those blue arrows starting to think about maybe heading over towards E now, trying to defend that neutral middle hill. And there was a player over towards Pistons as well who could have applied a little bit of pressure over towards D, potentially helped out with this E-take that it seems NRG are trying to go. The fight, or the point is neutral. It's going to be down to Guish as the smoke grenade comes through to try and regain control for Team Revenge. Bear in mind at this point, it's a 193 to 170 game. If Team Revenge can just hold on, this will be a 210-point game, so you have to see NRG speed up. They have to apply the pressure and go for the trip cap at this point. I don't think they have the numbers to do it as the kills continuously come in their favor, and that is going to be Team Revenge with a nice response.
Crucial shotgun battle win there by Giraffe. He had not only his life to protect, but also his teammates that was down, along with that last, that middle hill, excuse me, as the points came in. That was the opportunity gone for NRG at that point. But
tied up
all. I mean,
it's been the story of this whole series.
Yeah,
it really has. Map 1 was very similar. We just saw teams tied up, and map number 2 hasn't disappointed either. Now, of course, the question though, what will we see placed down? Potentially the sniper rifle. It's been hovered a couple of times. Would that surprise you? Maybe block off F? Yep, seems like it's going to be the block.
Yeah, blocking the E hill. And of course, that goes with the NRG strategy. They've been going for the cave push, the cave fortress. We saw 4 players at one point as we were casting over Ben down there, and they've gone for the DNF hills a lot. So that works. That works. It looks like they're going to keep to their strategy, or it could be a bait. Something to consider as well, Ben. So we haven't talked about baits that much, but it could be the case.
I'm a big fan of that concept. Trying to bait out the opposition. Kind of maybe. I know it's high risk, high reward. It really is the definition. Imagine you put a boom down and you just say, all right, screw the boom. We're just going to try and immediately take control of the opposition home point. It sounds almost crazy, but in the later rounds, it could potentially work out in your favor with such a high respawn delay. So E point at this moment in time, it looks as if it is going to go over to Team Revenge. As we mentioned before, the game currently tied up 4 rounds apiece. So Team Revenge looking once again to try and take the lead here in the series.
Yeah, they're not done, that's for sure. We've actually got, who is that? We've got Twisted with the meat shield who hasn't taken into account. Jirpy is still alive, trying to flank Giraffe once again. The two players are working together in their shotgun battles, but look at this Lancer fire from Excel's. I'm sure he had help there. Yes, it's KO on the flank with the cross-map Lancer at a point. And now we're on board with Kraz. He's the anchor for the team. He's holding back with the Lancer. But the E-Hill seems to be still in contention in the hands of NRG. But look at this. It is now Team Revenge coming, fighting back.
As you say that, it just switches, and it's still going to be neutral, to be honest. There's just both teams waiting to win those gunfights before they apply the pressure. Sleepy Time doing a good job of just continuously applying that pressure with the Lancer before finally Team Revenge say, nope, screw this, we have numbers, we can try and make the play here. They will secure E. Now, can they try and secure the kills? So that's going to be the question. Yogurt doing a good job of just backing away.
Yeah, the Lancer opportunity for Sleepy Time, and his partner there in Crime is gone because, of course, that E-heal's capped. Team Revenge can set up in cover and turn Lance fire. But look at this, XL's trying to get a bit of a cross angle from the middle. We got Giraffe trying to counter that with a kill on one side, a push there. Twisted is going to be going in for the kill. If he dies here, that's 3 members down for NRG, maybe even more, and it is going to be taken out there.
Now you have to see the pressure has to come in. If you're Team Revenge, you've got to try and put pressure on F, especially considering Franco's massively out of position. He's at D. You expect Jerpy to just dash in there and manage to get that down. Nicely played, but where is the pressure on F? That's the question. Team Revenge don't seem to have been able to capitalize on that massive, massive opportunity that they just had. Don't get me wrong, they still have the lead. They still have, what, nearly a 30-point lead. So yeah, you can sit back, you can play on a 2 to 1 point advantage, especially when you're this close, but you could have potentially just ended the game. If by some miracle NRG come back and get a trip cap, that was Team Revenge's chance. That was where they could have closed out this round.
That's for sure. And now Kraz is actually going to get flanked in the middle.
It's happening. It's happening. As I've said it, it's happening. D is neutral. E is going to go under the control of NRG. This is a big 1v1 for Sycamore. Can he try and win it? He will.
My.
And just as I said that, the trip cap could potentially come in. Yoga's going to desperately try. Can Sycamore get the kill? It's so close, but no. Team Revenge hold on in part 2 thanks to Yogurt. Nicely played, but that is what is so beautiful about this game mode, Toby. In the blink of an eye, things can completely change up and you can lose control very, very fast.
And now look at the scores. Let's about the triple caps at this point, folks, because Team Revenge still have the score lead. But is it going to last? I don't think so if the double cap stays in the favor of NRG. It is actually KO and Sycamore trying to regroup, trying to hold off Crash. Oh, great shock and battle win. Jerpy as well winning one the other side of the map. Sycamore is going to get...
It's going to be a triple.
That's the point. That's the point. They only need 1 hill and they've won.
Yep, that's going to be it.
Round, yes.
Nicely played from Team Revenge.
Unpredictability, Ben. At this point.
Staying composed when you need to is definitely a trait I would love to have in this game mode, because when it gets that close, when you're in the final 10 seconds, the decisions you make have to be perfect. One small decision can cost you the round. Back over, of course, now to weapon placement. We'll see the game plan. It's going to be the frag grenade middle map. We saw that as well in the first half, if you remember, and I'm kind of a fan of seeing it again. I like that weapon placement. I think it kind of validates that mid map a little bit more. You have to make sure you have those resources there.
I mean, there is 4 lanes in this map, Benson, and 2 of them on the east side of the map, and you've got the DNF, which of course 2 hills rather than 1 is a good reason why to go down that, to focus for priority on that side, and also that cave is a bit of a fortress, as we mentioned, that NRG have done so well. So yeah, Frags really does mix up the map a little bit, make that middle area more important, as you said. Here we go. We're into the round. Grish is on the statue. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. In fact, NRG seem to be focusing on the nades themselves.
This is such a big round for Team Revenge. If they can just get 1 round away from leveling up this series, it'd be so huge in terms of momentum for them. They have to make sure they play this one correctly and stay composed. As you can see that
the nades.
So much contention. The nades just fly down as Yogurt now springs into action. Is he going to be able to try and get this pick on Franco? Franco more than happy to just back away for now. Tries to force a 2 versus 1, and that was very, very smart decision making from him. Helps out Twisted. He's going to kill Giraffe, and Yogurt has to back away now. Has to respect that he's at a disadvantage.
Yeah, Twisted. KO just sat in the corner. They need to stretch the legs, need to push up.
You want to see them pinch right now. If you're a Team Revenge, go. You have a 3 versus 2 advantage, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Beautiful decision making coming from them. They managed to get Code down. They managed to get Twisted. Now they're running straight over towards D. F will be taken better than Manufacturer. No, a big defensive pick comes in over towards the F point. This could be the triple cap. Potentially, if Gwish is able to go big here, he's going to pick up 1. Nicely done. As they jump back on towards D. F still once again neutral, but the kills all in Team Revenge's favor. They're going to be seconds away from domination, and they will get it. They now find themselves just 1 round away from taking map number 2.
So well played, Team Revenge. I cannot stress it enough. Gwish as well, leading the push at the end. It was such a perfectly timed rush to the down, and he got the kill. He played his life. He also got the cap and the pickup of the Hambis, preventing that retake at the very end from NRG.
Now backs against the wall for NRG. What do they do? Do they go for the boom potentially here? I mean,
it could be a last round. It could be last round, and this is what happens. We see it time and time again. The boom shot is placed, especially in a place on the map where not too much focus, but they want to increase that just a little bit. D and F, and you know, NRG were winning in this cave as well, so it validates for that as well, that decision.
You're relieving the pressure of what potentially is going to be sent over towards E, giving you a higher chance of potentially winning those trades, and that's what NRG need to do. They've been so good at controlling the neutral point all throughout this. this series, to be honest. They did it very well in map number 1, they've done it well in map number 2, but it's just these last couple of rounds, Team Revenge starting to pull away. As you see, no one actually capping the home point there for Team Revenge. They dedicated a lot of resources towards Boom. That just shows you how powerful this is and how much they want it. It's been 12 seconds before anyone has even capped that home point. They've gone for E instead. They should be able to get control of it, but still, someone's going to have to cap that home point realistically very soon.
Yeah, Team Revenge, they've gone majorly at E as they win the shotgun battles there on the kill feed, and they also get the hill too. But look at this, Twisted has
Twisted
He's
can
taking it
just
to
walk
the
over
E.
and-
He can just protect this very easily. This is what we'd like to see, Benson. I think me and you both taking the boom shot to the away hill right on the doorstep of the spawn is a very good strategy.
Now the question is, how efficient is he going to be with it? He has to make sure that he lands those shots. They have a 2-to-1 advantage. Realistically, Twisted doesn't have to do anything else. He can just play this position. Meanwhile, his teammates in a big gunfight over towards E. E is going to be applied pressure, so Kraz has to go big now. That's a big win from Twisted. Says thank you for the boom, and the trip cap is going to come in, and NRG respond nicely.
So well played. They didn't send more than one person to that deal for a reason. The boom shot, you can kill more than one person there. You can just sit there on your own as you wait for the rest of the team to go 4 heavy on the opposite side of the map.
I want to point something out. The score as it stands is 6-5 in favor of Team Revenge. You said it was going to be 7-5 Team Revenge. If you get this right, dinner on me, my friend. You're so close to a perfect prediction. And now the question is, what do you do about the boom? Do you just try and potentially go for a cheeky bit of a change? It looks as if they have. I love it. Just put the instant grenade up there.
I mean, that is a weakness, of course. We said it was validated their strength of NRG putting the boom shot down there. They were winning that most of the time, most of this map, especially in the first half too. But look at that. The weakness has been addressed. Very predictable change. Incendiaries being put down. Not as effective as, say, the nades, so expect to see Team Revenge, and as you can see, actually, as well, going more for the nades rather than incendiaries. So
I feel like they just want anything other than the boom. We'll take anything at this point. Just shove something there. As long as it isn't the boom, we'll be happy. As actually, we'll see these first couple of engagements go down over towards that E point. Pressure now is going to be on Quish to try and win those engagements. He will fall, though. It's going to be Franco who gets the early pick.
Jerpy is red as well. Sleepy Time trying to take advantage of that, going wide on the right hand, but very well played once again. Jerpy in these close quarter battles. He's got a bit Lantify down, but look at this. The time clock is on. The pinch comes in. Jerpy has been taken out. It is 3 members down. All I can hear is go E, go E for teams.
You have to. I mean, the call-outs are getting extremely loud at this point. Of course, Kraz on your screen, desperately just trying to defend this F point. Has the help of Gwish coming in. Sleepy Time is doing a good job of just being a nuisance. He should be able to get the fake. Oh, he goes for the meat shield just in time. Gwish now has the back away, but he needs to contest the F point. This could be a trip cap. It's going to be absolutely manic over at F as players from both teams flooded. It looks like Team Revenge may be able to get control. Nicely done by Giraffe as he cleans up on Sleepy Time. F, of course, still hasn't actually been capped, so Giraffe may actually have to back up. Of course, the Instant did a lot of damage control there, but finally they get control, and now they start the push over towards E.
This conquest of E needs to happen, in my opinion, Benson. Nades have been picked up by NRG. That's going to maybe put the nail in the coffin for the push, even this early on. But look at Giraffe, he's pushing ahead regardless. He needs to find kills. There's even the nades actually been in use here. Excel's fighting back. KO does fall his teammate. We got Jerpy once again taking out Excel's though and getting control of his E-Hill. How long will it last?
Of course, the question, as it stands, 118 to 75 point game. Team Revenge with E and F. 4 players down. It's going to be down to Sycamore. You can see Kraz immediately springing into action. Bear in mind, these respawn times are going to be so unbelievably high. This could be the moment. Team Revenge tie up the series. Kraz adding some swag to it. It's going to be Franco trying to push. He's not going to get there in time. Or is he? He does manage to just break it, but it doesn't matter. That is going to be the trip cap coming in from Team Revenge. You correctly score the prediction as well. You have such a great... I wish you could see Toby's face right now. He's grinning. Oh my God, great prediction from you, but a 7-5 win for Team Revenge. More importantly, that is going to push us to a game 3.
Very, very good. That's
so
exactly what you want to see.
How
many times did we say deja vu? Or yourself, Benson?
A lot.
I mean,
It was
I think a
vu,
best of
seems
3.
deja vu.
Of course, this is a best of 3, just to remind the viewers at home. But a last map, I think is deserved. I think it's deserved, in my opinion.
I mean, you called the last map. You called the score pretty much perfectly. So, seems you're the wizard right now. Look at his grin. Jeez. I owe you dinner.
Dinner? Okay, I'll accept dinner.
I'll concede
That's a
to
good
that.
price.
I'll concede to that.
Okay.
But let me use your wizardry skills and tell me exactly what's going to happen in map number 3. Of course, we're heading over to Forge. How is this one going to play out?
This is a very interesting map, for sure. It's a very, very interesting map. The rotations of Team Revenge we've spoken about, very, very good. NRG did much the same thing on the first map, and Forge is one of these maps where you can get triple caps fairly easily when the respawn timer gets quite long.
Okay, well, one of the plays that really went ham last map was Kraz. I have a little bit of a package for you guys to check out. Once again, it was some crazy, crazy plays. It got very, very manic there towards the end, and you just kind of see that push come in right at the very end. Such big, big dedication. When you have those numbers down, you have to capitalize, and especially in those later rounds, there really is kind of no excuse other than to just go for the throat. You have to, right? In those situations, you have to play for that trip cap, and you have to get the win.
Also, a little bit of a teabag coming out from Kraz there, despite the swarm just flying. He doesn't care that it's all right. No, I just
my teammates. They got it.
You kill him. You kill him. I got my guy. You do your job.
So, in terms of who you think is going to walk away with the victory, then who progresses through?
Oh, this is difficult. We haven't spoken about this yet. But
the young guns of Team Revenge, or will LNG's kind of passion and energy come through? Bear in mind, you know, it was NRG that just lost the last map, so you think momentum, we talk about that, should be in Team Revenge's advantage, surely.
You know what? I'm gonna differ there. I think this could go either way, and I'm not chickening out.
I
know I had a successful prediction last time.
You can't go from correctly scoring the round count to saying this is going to be close. It could go either way. What is that? There has never been a more on-the-fence sentence. Yes, anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
A pig could fly through the venue right now. Who knows? The odds are, of course, very minuscule, but you need to give me a prediction. You're there.
Are you pushing me? Are you pushing me for a prediction?
Dinner and dessert. You get dessert if you get this one right.
Oh, we're gambling now, are we? We're gambling. We're gambling. Okay.
You've already managed to get dinner. Now I'm throwing the cherry on the top.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna stick with Team Revenge. I think they're gonna take Forge. I'm really, really happy with how they've rotated. I think overall they've rotated better than NRG. Okay. Even on Reclaimed, where they lost the map, I just thought they were a little bit leading in that department. I felt Reclaimed very shotgun-heavy map. Boomshot was put down the second half, of course, and of course the shotguns are very important in those scenarios. And I think the rotations on Forge are very rotation-heavy map, if you will. And I think that is going to be the defining factor. But remember, Forge is a special map, Benson. I cast it over this one. Envious versus E United with Fallout. That control point, that button, was a very unique factor in this.
It's so, so important. I absolutely kind of love just how much of an extra emphasis it puts on that side of the map. You have to make sure you're dedicating resources, especially on the second half for me. That's where really it does become such an important time to control.
Yeah, for sure. I think the middle hill is less important in the second half. I think that's a given. Here we go into the action. Thank you all for tuning in. Myself, Toby Campbell, casting with Benson. He doesn't have an American accent while casting, surprisingly, but you should listen to him talk in person.
I hate you so much. I've been here 3 years, okay, Toby? It was bound to happen at some point. Oh, dearie me. Round one, of course, fully underway. It seems for now, the Team Revenge, of course, do have B and C under their control. See if NRG going to be able to bounce back in natural time. It could be a domination come in. They're on A. And you said that you see dominations happen quite frequently, but it looks as if the contestant is going to come in just in the nick of time.
Team Revenge, good rotation, but is it a little too late? Looks like, oh, there's a team coming in. Jorgensen in 1B. Twisted, are you going to stay alive? Doesn't seem like Askrai's got the angle. That could be a triple cap here, Benson.
But bear in mind, the respawns are going to be so unbelievably low. Jorgensen needs to push through. He's going to get one. Can he find the second? He's applying so much pressure, and they have to go for the gun fight. The trip cap does come in. And that was just great decision-making coming from Team Revenge. Yogurt recognizes he has to push through. He cannot sit there and allow the opposition to come off respawn and try and neutralize once again. Fantastic, fantastic first round from Team Revenge. And your prediction after round one, looking true.
Grabbing the ball by the horns. Not only excels getting it up close and personal, none of this just sit back, play it safe, wait for Kraz across. He just wanted to get straight into the action. I think that's the story of Excels thus far. He's always got stuck into the action whenever he possibly can. But of course, as a team, Team Revenge also went for that rotation, that triple cap very early on. High risk, high reward, as you said, because the respawn timer is at its lowest.
But it's going to give them the world of confidence to build off, of course, after winning map number 2. Leveling up the series at 1-1. See how the second round is now going to pan out. Already, that big contest over B comes through, as you would expect, almost every single round. See if any picks are going to be made, though.
Being very aggressive, actually, in the pillars. We've got Gwish, I believe that is. Reinforcements coming a little bit too late, though, for him, as the dress uniform Cole, that amazing character, sitting back, keeping his distance. Of course, the B hill is going to be captured by NRG as a result. They take advantage immediately. Very well played by them. Down this player on your screen, folks. To sit back, play it safe. But look at this, Sycamore, he doesn't want that. He's got the core, he's full red. The angle comes in. I think that's a pinch as well, make it just to be certain as KO gets that finalizing kill. But here come the reinforcements. 3 COG members. Grish opens things up. Jirpy a second kill, and that's a B retake. A very good one of that, Benson.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from them. They're going to try and regain control. And when we saw this happen last time, they immediately tried to dart over towards C. You see Sleepy Time desperately just trying to neutralize that A point, but you expect him to potentially be cleaned up. In actual fact, no, the res comes through, but there is the cleanup crew in form of Yogurt and Jirpy. Jirpy picks up 2, but the instant button has been pushed, and you can see just how much of an effect that has when he just kind of blocks off that area. Franco now left to just try and be that base defender for the squad for a couple of seconds. Of course, respawn times have got up in the second round, but you expect him to be able to survive this push. For me, this is where Team Revenge need to set up. They need to get that map control and utilize it, get the crossfire, get the angles down. Once you get the next wave of kills, that's when you potentially go for that sequel.
Scurry there, and Sycamore actually taking out Giraffe, fighting back, and Twisted is going to fall. Team Revenge keeping the numbers advantage throughout this, but look at this. Yogurt's actually going to get down, get angled. KO is going to take advantage, knows that place is undefended, try and get the break, try and get some more points on the board. But look, he's been forced to go straight back to get that kill, and now a forced 1v1.
And that's the problem. You see how quickly Giraffe can come off spawn in those situations. Realistically, Franco needed a little bit of help there. Him backtracking just relieved the pressure off that A point. Now you can see him absolutely one-shot. Him and Giraffe just kind of play ring around the rosy for a minute. Franco tries to escape, and it's not going to happen. And honestly, if Franco had that extra support, that could have been a trip cap, because as you can see, they were able to get control of that B point.
Yep, exactly, and Jirpy is actually going to get pinched on that note. XL's taken him out. Very, very well played thus far from NRG as they get some map control back after a very long dominance from Team Revenge in that regard. But here we go, as I say that, Benson, contradictory. C is captured by Team Revenge as they react. Once again, the rotations are doing very, very good from them.
And this is, again, one of those situations where NRG have to make the correct call here. Do you push out towards A or do you push out towards C? A couple of kills have gone down. It's 3. That's going to leave the B flag now to be collapsed on by Team Revenge. A good pinch here could leave Sycamore in absolute no man's land. He's so unbelievably weak. Can he escape with his life? No, he will fall. But will anyone from NRG be able to try and stop the domination? No, they won't. And Team Revenge looking good with a 2-0 win.
Very, very good round. Very impressive as well, Benson. They always seem to be in the driving seat. The proactive approach, very reactive from NRG. They were forced to go with decisions, perhaps, which aren't that favorable in that regard.
Yeah, and making it work, it seems, for Team Revenge here.
Sure.
As we said, 2 rounds out, we'll see anything crazy. Ball talk.
Okay.
Are you a fan of that placement there of the ball?
You know, I would rather a sniper down there, in all honesty. We've got A and C hills. It's very open, there's a lot of distance, in fact, if you count it as no man's land. But Boltok, admittedly, very powerful. I think it's a player-based approach here. If you have a very good, very accurate player with that weapon, they can cause havoc. Let's see if it takes an effect here.
Team Revenge started off very, very well so far here in the final map of this best of 3. Potential reverse sweep, of course, if we want it down in the series.
Oh, look at this. XL's leaving his teammate in that 2v1 scenario to go and flank B. He recognizes perhaps B is the more important location, unlike maybe in the second half. Oh, he just turns on Jirpy. He gets the call out. Yup, he's behind you, and he bounces in time very well indeed. Raw skill from XL's once again.
And that's a much better break from NRG. The first 2 maps we've seen their break-offs be absolutely perfect. Finally now in map number 3, we see a good break-off from them. They have that 2-1 point advantage controlling both A and B. Now the question, can they potentially start an assault over towards the C point? Again, they're going to need to play for those picks early on as Twisted actually forced to go into a bit of a defensive position. Kraz has him so unbelievably weak, but Twisted now should be able to regen. He has Sleepy Time in support as well, but pressure on B, it's going to leave them pinned back at that A point.
Yeah, Team Revenge reacting very well. They've almost captured B as KO backs off. Yep, they are going to give that up. NRG, look at this, the A and C hill in control of them, and it's down now to Team Revenge to react to this one. This scenario, and it is Kraz maybe forced. No, KO doesn't like what he sees. Benson's going to back off, but is he trying to?
I think he's trying to go for a bait, but he needs to do something because the trip cap could come in. He's wasting so much time up top control, and it doesn't matter. Oh, the C point, is it going to be taken? He gets turned on, and I can't believe it. That's just such poor positioning. Franco, I hate to critique it, but he wasted so much time on top control when his teammates were losing gunfights elsewhere on the map, the pressure was being applied, and Team Revenge just turned on a switch, go into a different gear, and they now find themselves 3-0 in the lead.
They are really impressing me, Team Revenge. They'll lead in the last map as well. Like, it is going so well for them.
It's the mental strength.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. It is just so great to see from this squad, because as you said, like a lot of the community was against them. They had to prove a point. And so you 1-0 down in a series, your back's against the wall. You lose this, you're out. You're going home. It's a loser bracket game. And then to kind of win that second map after it was so unbelievably close, come out map number 3 and really dominate, to be completely honest, so far. Of course, it is only a 3-0 lead. Anything can change, but from what I've seen so far, Team Revenge looking very, very good, Toby.
And finally, weapon placement. It is the frag grenades going down in the incinerator. Admittedly, maybe we'll see the control point come into a bit
Could get a little
importance here.
toasty.
Exactly, and I think it might be getting toasty in the control point. Look at all this activity here. It is Sleepy Time trying to go on the right hand. He's going to be lit up very red straight off the bat. Jirby and Giraffe, this duo, once again together, but they're actually going to falter here. Yoga gets the kill on Twisted. It is looking good. Sleepy Time, he's got access to the button. Not going to press it there, in fact, but look at the numbers.
I mean, it's a 2 versus 4 momentarily. I mean, bear in mind, again, the respawn timers are going up, and we see a 2-to-1 advantage now in favor of Team Revenge. They get both A and C. They can collapse over towards B, but in actual fact, A is going to be taken. Yoga may actually need to turn around. Are you not aware that A is being taken, Yoga? What was that? Seemed a little bit of lack of concentration coming in from him. He's going to be absolute, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him potentially fall in that feed. But for somehow he's managed to escape. I'm not sure how that finally does fall, but that just seems like awareness right there. That was a very, very strange mistake coming from him. A player who's been so solid and seems so aware.
Yeah, we speak about surviving being more important than kills, and it might be the scenario there, but Jirby doing the work again. He's so good, this Commander Hoffman in these battles. Gwish is his partner for that confrontation as they take the player out. KO, of course, but the Sea Hill being taken back by NRG. This is anyone's round right now.
And this is a good position for NRG. However, they have just lost A, as we say that, so it just seems both teams are just cycling across the map, recapping both home flags, trying to apply pressure over towards B, and the big fight really over towards A there. Should be won by Team Revenge.
Kill feed.
Wish picks up 2 now. Can they collapse on C? That's going to be the question. Of course, the smoke grenade does go out. Franco trying to be a nuisance. He's going to be immediately taken down by Gwish. More kills in the kill feed now. Who's going to be over at C? It's going to be Giraffe. He has it neutral. It's going to be 6 seconds until the domination comes in. The smoke grenades fly out.
Look
Someone could push off, but they don't need to. They get the domination, and Team Revenge playing this one perfectly.
The frags and smokes in the end really show how dominant Team Revenge are at this point. So organized, so impressive. As soon as they get this numbers advantage, Benson, they are proactive. That is the word. NRG, they don't really take advantage, you know, when they get these opportunities. It is all about opportunities, especially at this high level of play.
And how weird is that? Because you go back to map number 1, they were being the proactive team, forcing Team Revenge to be reactive. Now the table has turned. I'm wondering, is it potentially a little bit of nerves now sneaking in from NRG? I mean, you've lost 4 rounds back-to-back. You lost last map. This is where composure is such a key part. We heard in the pre-game interview Franco saying, hey, I don't let losses affect me. I can stay composed. I know what I'm doing. This is the time you have to prove it, because you cannot allow Team Revenge to go 5-0 up. You need to now essentially stop the bleeding of round losses.
We certainly haven't used the term deja vu to describe.
Yeah, this game is completely different.
Yeah. Did you see the placement, Benson?
I did, the boom. Hey, I'm excited for this one. We'll see how much of an effect this is going to have, though. I feel like, I don't want to say it's a desperation play. I like it, though. It's changing things up almost. I mean, Yoga's going to get control of it, though, so I imagine that's definitely not what NRG had in mind when they put that down.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a trade. He's killed his teammate. He stayed alive. KO is down as well. At the HUD, look at the numbers. 3 members are dead for NRG. Kraz forced to push up on Twisted because they can take advantage, and there's a mantle kick.
Oh,
to
no.
That
Oh, no.
Speed. 5 dead for NRG.
Oh, Cray should get loud, or Kraz should get loud for that one, because he just rinsed him, and that's going to be a trip gap again. Sleepy Time's not going to be able to get there in time, and all of a sudden, Team Revenge explode onto the main stage with momentum. All smiles, all high fives. They find themselves 5-0 up. And NRG, they put the boom down, then all of a sudden they lose control of it immediately. 4 players fall, and they just get trip capped.
I was about to say, if you put the boom shot down, you have to be confident in yourself. You need to know for a fact you're going to win that battle, especially when you're losing, even when the team doesn't have that in possession. And I feel as though the momentum, the skill, everything is going Team Revenge's way. And the boom shot might be the nail in the coffin for NRG if they keep losing this battle. You have to go there, Benson. NRG have restricted themselves. They don't have as many options with that on the map.
Oh, getting into round number 6. See what's going to happen. We're here a little bit of a flashback instant replay, if you will. Crash just jumps straight over, says Twisted, or nah, my friend, I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to go for the trip cap. Bear in mind, that was within 30 seconds, Toby. 30 seconds they were able to lock that down. But now, heading into round number 6, will we find Team Revenge at match point? That is going to be the question. NRG desperately now need to reply.
Team Revenge have gone with 2 up top and 1 up top for NRG down there, so they have to get the angles, Team Revenge. That is a given. They need to. KO has picked up the boom shot. Is he in cover, though? I cannot see him. Sycamore has been taken down. Team Revenge reacting so well. XLs has been taken out as well. Kraz has pushed up, ready for a triple cap opportunity if they can win a B, Benson.
Problem is, it's going to be a 2 versus 3 momentarily. In actual fact, it's going to be Twisted, last man alive, and you can see Kraz spring into action. He knows his teammates are going to get B. He could potentially just jump on C here and force Twisted to come to him. Unfortunately, though, players coming off spawn, that's going to be an easy pick from behind. In actual fact, someone has sprung onto C. It's going to be Giraffe, but Giraffe now tries to back away. C still neutral. The fire is going to come in. Will it go down? And there's going to be the boon. That's 2 from Jerpy. They spring onto C, and Team Revenge look to put themselves at match point, but no, B has been neutralized by NRG immediately off spawn. They go there, but Jerpy still with the boom. He's able to shut down Sycamore. Now we could see domination in 5 seconds. There's going to be one player still alive. Is he going to be able to do it? It's going to be XL, but Jerpy's right behind him. He's going to clean him up as well, and that should be domination in 3 seconds. Fantastic play from Team Revenge. They now find themselves at match point.
Did you see that rotation from Jerpy with that boom shot? We saw, A and B,
So good.
no one contested. C was about to be picked up. He was there. We talk about boom shot. Very good in the away hill on the doorstep of the spawn, but that communication, you can tell, is on point. He literally ran back, straight lined all the way back to B and got there in time to ensure the victory there.
Speak about Jerpy, he is going off right now. 18 kills in 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Averaging 3 a round as it stands. Fantastic stuff from him. Now they find themselves at match point. It would be an unbelievable comeback from NRG if they were able to do it. Don't count them out though just yet, because there's been some crazy things happening this weekend. This could just be another one to add to the list. But with how Team Revenge are playing, it doesn't seem likely, that for sure.
NRG, the heads are undoubtedly down, it seems, judging from the score, but Slade going to be the last. Yeah, look, there's 3 kills immediately from the cog, and they're pushing up on the D hill. Sycamore does reply by taking out Guish, and he's got an important 1B. The movement's so fast, but Giraffe, he doesn't care, Benson. One kib, and that is going to be a cap.
Bear in mind, you could see a collapse on E. There is actually going to be a player from Team Revenge there. Meanwhile, NRG, they've dedicated themselves back towards that home flag. They're going to need to be quick because he is almost capped. Will they get it? They do, just in the nick of time, and they can thank God for the small respawn delay there, because if that was any longer, this series would be over.
Too right, Benson. Giraffe, maybe a bit of an overextension there, maybe a little bit too confident in that push. He does get taken out, but look at this. It is NRG who have to respond. They have to regain map control, and they're going for that right now at the form of the control point. It is Yoga holding out for so long, even getting a kill to his name before he gets taken out. Twisted finishing him off, but Guish and Jerpy, they're still here. Jerpy having the game of his life. The Slayer inside him is working so well for his team, and it is Giraffe regrouping. This is an important shot about here, Benson.
That's bought so much time for his teammates to ramp back towards top control. Giraffe desperately trying to get a pick before he falls. Unfortunately, he does. Sleepy Time and Twisted both pick up 1, but Guish is still there. He was able to get 1, and somehow he's managed to stay alive as well. The team support comes in. Guish desperately trying to get the Yogurt's going to be there. He now has to back away, though, recognizing this is a 1 versus 2, so E control now should go back in favor of NRG.
Yeah, finally they do win a crucial battle here, and it's Yogurt playing his life this time around. But look at this angle, didn't see that. That's caught me off guard. XL's actually flanking, but Jerpy off respawn very quick. Oh, make that 2 kills, and he's going to be flying forward. The button has been pressed. That's going to prevent the triple cap, at least, if Team Revenge do get the opportunity. It is not going to be the case, though, of course. Look at this battle, in fact, on our screen. Giraffe and Sleepy Time head-to-head, but it is Giraffe, Team Revenge's player, who comes out top there.
This is a race to who's going to get to E. It looks like it's going to be a 1 versus 2 there for Team Revenge. It's going to be Yogurt. Is he going to be potentially going to be able to win this? The smoke grenade goes down. NRG, they need to cap this. They can't afford any mistakes. It's going to be Sycamore and Excel's. Giraffe does go down. They should hold on for now, but bear in mind, look at that score, Toby. 170 to 98 points. At this point in time, NRG will need a trip cap to stay alive here at MLG Columbus.
I think it's over unless NRG can pull something out the bag for the first time at this map. They haven't even got around Benson. Can they win in this scenario? I doubt it, but let's see if they can. Jerpy doesn't think so. Movement. Oh, the teabag coming in at the end. 200 to score. Are they going to finish in style? I think they are, Benson. No. In fact, it's not going to be a triple cap. It is going to be the score. That is it. It is over.
Fantastic performance from Team Revenge. We had such a close series, Toby. We really did. Tied at 1-1. We're thinking this game 3 is going to be insane. It was insane, but this was the reason. A 7-0 victory from Team Revenge. They just look dominant, and I feel so sorry for whoever they have to play against next, because that is going to give them the world of confidence.
Well, I feel sorry for you because I just predicted correctly in a good way.
You didn't
the
say
last
7.
map.
You didn't say 7.
Oh, we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you chickened out.
oh,
You
you.
on the
Oh.
We'll let the stream. We'll let the stream decide.
Okay, let us know.
I
Pass
think
broadcast later.
I think you chickened out personally. I think
Okay.
you were too on the fence. You didn't really dedicate yourself either way. But either way, you did.